When I started out as a web designer using Elementor, I thought I could avoid writing CSS forever. But over time, I have realized just knowing a few key CSS tips can completely change how fast I work, how good my sites look, and how much control I really have. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 5 CSS tips I wish someone had told me years ago. Let's get into it. Before we start, there are 3 quick things you need to know. You will need Elementor Pro to add custom CSS to your widgets. If you don't have it, don't worry. Just install a free plugin like WP Code to add custom CSS snippets. Number 2, make sure your CSS class or ID is actually connected to the element. Just click on the widget or container, go to the Advanced tab, scroll down, and you'll see a field called CSS Classes or CSS ID. Paste the class or ID there without the dot or hash, and that's it. Your CSS will now know where to apply the effect. Number 3, the CSS tips I am sharing won't break your site, but as usual, test changes on a staging site if you're working with a live client project. You can use a plugin like BlogVault to quickly make a staging site and also back up your site for extra safety. Alright, if that's all done, let's get started. The first tip, super simple hover effect that you can add to nearly any element on your page. Here's how it works. First, set your background to a very light grey, not plain white. Then add the first box shadow like normal. After that, add a second one using a comma. This second shadow uses negative X and Y values, so it shows up on the top left corner of the card and you make it white. What this does is make it look like light is shining from the top left, so the card appears to lift gently off the background. If you want to do the opposite, like make the card look pressed into the background when you hover, just add the word inset here. That's it. Now when someone hovers over the card, it will look like it's carved in. And yes, this works with all kinds of background colors. Just make sure the top left shadow is a bit lighter than your background and you'll get that clean, realistic look every single time. The second tip is to try adding elements that look like frosted glass to your website. Start with any element like a card or a section and give it a semi-transparent background color. Something like RGBA 255, 255, 255, 0.2. Then add the CSS backdrop filter, blur 10 pixels. What this does is blur whatever is behind the element, creating that glass-like effect. But keep in mind, this only works if there's something behind it, like a background image or another section. If the background is empty or just a solid color, you won't see the blur. You can also play around with the blur value. Increasing it makes the glass look thicker or more frosted. And if you want to make it look like Apple's viral liquid glass, then just follow this video. And this is my third tip, highlighting super important texts. Here's how to do it. Add a text widget and set it to an H1 heading. Then set the text color to transparent using color transparent. Then go to the CSS code area and add this code. It will first apply a gradient to the background of your text element using background linear gradient, and here are the values that you can use. Next, this line, background clip text, make sure the background only appears inside the text. Now the gradient will shine through the shape of the letters, giving your text a bold, colorful look that stands out. Now if you want to do this with images inside your text, or even videos inside your text, then make sure you watch these tutorials. Tip number 4 is adding a gradient border effect to highlight specific elements. Just add any widget where you want a gradient border, like a container or section, then go to your CSS code area and add this. First, apply the gradient using the border image property, border image linear gradient, and these are the values that you can use. That one at the end is important. It tells the browser how to stretch the gradient across the border. Without it, the gradient might only show up in the corners. Next, set the border thickness using border width 4 pixel and border style solid. You can control how thick the border looks by adjusting the border width value. Also, you can even control this directly from the border settings in the widget panel. This way, you get full control over clean, colorful gradient border on your widget. Finally, the fifth tip is making all your font responsive for mobile devices. In Elementor, you can already set different font sizes for mobile, tablet, and desktop using the text settings panel. But if you want true fluid resizing, especially for large headings, there's a smarter way to do it. First, avoid using pixels for font sizes. Instead, use rem, a unit that scales based on the root font size. For example, 1.5 rem is equals to 24 pixels. But here's the real problem. On smaller screens, big headings often break into multiple lines unless you manually adjust the font size for every screen width. To fix this, try using viewport width units like VW. For example, font size 10 VW. This makes the text scale to 10% of the screen width, great for making headings that grow and shrink with the screen. But there's a catch. On ultra-wide monitors, 10 VW becomes way too big. On mobile, it gets way too small. So instead, use this. This tells the browser three things. Never go smaller than 1.8 rem, always prefer 10 VW, and never go bigger than 5 rem. It scales smoothly across all screen sizes, no media queries needed. Of course, Elementor makes most of this easy in the style panel, but if you want full control or need a smarter fallback across devices, this CSS trick can take your typography to the next level. And that's it. Those were 5 super important CSS tips that every web designer using Elementor should know. If you found this helpful, drop a like and let me know in the comments which tip you are going to try first. See you in the next one. Click here if you want to 3x your site speed in just 1 minute. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Click here and I'll see you there.